Yeah. What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? How's my peoples doing? And when I say my peoples, I'm talking about those diehard Chiefs fans. I'm talking about those people that really bleed that red and gold. Chiefs or die people. That's what I'm talking about. How y'all doing today? It's your boy Wildcard Mar. Welcome to another episode of Wildcard Chief. We are here at episode 3. And it's Red Friday, y'all. Red Friday. Day after the final preseason game for our beloved Kansas City Chiefs walked away with a victory 17-10 over the Green Bay Packers out in Arrowhead Stadium, the most beautiful stadium in all of NFL, the loudest stadium in the NFL. I was there in 2014. I was there. But no. How's everybody feeling about our Chiefs? I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling damn good. The average wins over the last few years with Patrick Mahomes has been 12. So definitely expect another 12, possible 13-win season again. But look, after the final preseason game, there's going to be some cuts. We're going to round out the team. Trust in Veach. Trust in Veach. Trust in Andy. And I got all the faith in our front office and our coaching staff. They're going to field the best team for this upcoming season. But here's my 5 observations after the final preseason game. Now, I don't believe in, conspiracy theories or why things happen. But I will say this, sometimes there's an added motivation to do great for your squad. And the Chiefs got all the motivation. All the experts. Oh, Tyreek is gone. You guys are going to slump. Your offense won't look the same. Your defense is still below average. You know, the talking heads out there, they already chirping them and trying to put the nail in the coffin of the Kansas City Chiefs already. Fine, we get it. We get it. After such a period of dominance, you got to find a way to hate on the Chiefs. I get it. I get it. But observation number 1, not only do the Chiefs have those other motivation factors to go into do great things this season, here's another motivation piece that the Chiefs are going to have. And that's my observation number 1. The Chiefs will do it for Lenny. R.I.P. to the great Len Dawson. Condolences goes out to his family. But think about it. And after 9/11, who won the Super Bowl? The Patriots. When Kobe Bryant, the great Kobe Bryant, one of my my favorite basketball player of all time, passed away. Who won the world championship? The Lakers. And so when you have a Hall of Fame name in Len Dawson, the great Len Dawson passes away right before the season starts, it adds just another layer of motivation to motivate this franchise to go do great things. Like I said, I don't believe in conspiracies or, acts of fate. But sometimes in life, fate kind of takes over. And much respect to the Chiefs honoring the great Len Dawson, lining up in the choir huddle. Patrick Mahomes being the Len Dawson of that choir huddle. Shout out to the Chiefs for doing that. Paying their respects to the great Len Dawson. And don't be surprised if they dedicate this season to Len and go do great things. I mean, we've seen stranger things, right, folks? Observation number 2. And here's my thing. When you got a franchise quarterback, sometimes it just benefits that you have an adequate backup. He doesn't need to be as good as your number one, but he needs to be adequate that if circumstances just don't allow your number one to play, your season doesn't fall apart. And hey, look, respect to Chad Henne. I love what he did. That playoff game, Patrick got hurt. Henne did enough. He did enough to make sure we won that game. He did enough. But here's my thing. Chad Henne's getting older. And in this whole youth movement that the Chiefs are going through right now, why not continue with it at the quarterback position? What's wrong with having Shane Buechele as number 2? If you ask me, I thought he performed damn good in the preseason. And in last night's game, when Chad Henne had his number one wide receiver course, Mecole Hardman played. Had the number ones on the offensive line. All 5 starters who are going to start in the regular season played in that preseason game. Orlando Brown on left tackle. Joe Thuney at left guard. Creed at center. Trey Smith at right guard. Andrew Wiley at right tackle. They all played. Had the number one running backs, which, by the way, I like how Ronald Jones finally started running hard. But when you see Chad Henne with the number ones in the drive, both drives stalled. I know he got a field goal out of one of them, but then Shane Buechele comes in, and next thing you know, he's hitting bow. Goes 11 for 17, 2 TDs. I think 166 yards if I'm correct. So Shane Buechele, and if you really want to look at it, I think he played damn good every preseason game. He had one interception against Chicago I didn't care for, but he led a 2-minute drive before halftime against Chicago, hit Justin Watson in the end zone. Shane Buechele has also shown the ability that he's going to, shit hits the fan. He ran. He's athletic. You can't say the same about Chad Henne. If the pocket breaks down, he's going down. He ain't got no mobility to break out the pocket and scamper. I think Shane Buechele gives you a good young quarterback who can sit behind Patrick, still learn the system, and just in case if circumstances don't allow PM15 to play, Shane Buechele, I think, will be more adequate than Chad Henne. Just my opinion. Observation number 3. We said it on the first 2 episodes of Wild Card Chief. I am so excited about this offense, and when I say that they've been methodical and potent when they want to. The big plays have been coming to the Chiefs offense because they have been so methodical. Look at all of Patrick's drives. They're double digits. Minimum of 75 yards, ended in touchdowns. It's like death by 1,000 cuts. But there's been some plays. Game 1, where Patrick just missed Marquez Valdes-Scantling up the seam, and had he caught it, would have been cleared to the touchdown. Only big play that's been missed. They'll get that though. But I think we're going to see a different dynamic in this offense. It's not just going to be 4 wide receivers and Travis, empty backfield. And that. I think, don't be surprised if Andy Reid starts cooking up a lot of 3 tight end sets. Don't be surprised. Because look at our tight end room. Travis Kelce, the greatest tight end in the NFL. That's not biased. You just look what he's doing. No tight end is doing what Travis Kelce is doing over the last 6 years. He's the best in the game. Let's cut that debate about whether it's him or Kittle. Let's end it. It's dead. Because in my opinion, Travis Kelce has been the epitome of consistency and production and durability for a tight end for the last 6 years. That's not, and I got stats that can back that up. So that opinion is definitely based on facts. But Travis Kelce, we've seen the emergence of Jody Fortson. Noah Gray has had a very solid preseason. Imagine the mismatches that you can do with all 3 of those very athletic tight ends and a wide receiver on the field. Linebackers won't be fast enough to cover any one of those 3. Safeties won't be big enough to cover either one of those 3. Don't be surprised you see some 3 tight end sets. Don't be surprised. Take the athleticism of that tight end room, add it to the wizardry of Andy Reid with offense, and imagine how potent and more methodical this offense can be. I think we're going to see a different tone of offense that we might not have ever seen before under Andy Reid in this Kansas City Chiefs. I'm being so serious. I'm excited. Observation number 4. This team has depth. And not just on one side, I think on both sides of the ball. We didn't even see Carlos Dunlap. Signed him in the offseason. Or right before training camp started. You know, signed Danny Shelton, help with the middle. You know, so we got adequate people that's going to be on the defensive line that can, you know, give our starters a breather. I love our linebacker core. Oh my gosh. Spearheaded by Nick Bolton, Willie Gay. You see, we're getting faster at the linebacker core. And Leo Chenal's going to get his chances too. Leo Chenal's going to get his chances too. Elijah Lee, Blue Springs native. I like what he's been doing. 47 Harris had a huge possession last night against Green Bay. Had a couple tackles for losses and read the screen perfectly. I think he definitely makes the squad. I love our secondary. L'Jarius Sneed is definitely getting better. Trent McDuffie will get better. I mean, our safeties? Brian Cook gets his interception. You know, pair him with Juan Thornhill. Let's not forget Justin Reed, whose IQ is out of this world and has already been touted as one of the defensive leaders already. Flip that over to the offensive side. I mean, that running back room is deep. Deep. You had a Super Bowl winning running back in Ronald Jones. Ran hard last night. I like what he did. We finally saw the actual burst of Isaiah Pacheco. You know, he's definitely been talked a lot about in training camp, but he finally put some things together last night. Obviously you can't forget about CEH, who, by the way, needs to have a big year. I think he does. When he first round pick, and first 2 years you missed some games. I think his seat is definitely hot right now. Jerick McKinnon's back, and Jerick McKinnon, man, did wonders for the Chiefs down the stretch last year. Another year of him being under this offensive system with Andy Reid, so he's only going to get better. Depth at the wide receiver room, for sure. I mean, my goodness. Sleep on this Chiefs wide receiver and core if you want to. Don't be surprised if they put crazy numbers up this year, because it's literally pick your poison, in my opinion, with this offense. MVS is going to do, him and Patrick got a nice connection. Obviously, he trusts Mecole Hardman. He's got a good rapport with Juju. They've been doing well on their connection in preseason and training camp. He trusts Justin Watson. Justin Watson's had a great preseason. Cornell Powell, hopefully he can start getting more into the fold. Obviously, he was on practice squad last year, so that gives you a year of learning. Let's see if you can translate the learning to the field. I mean, I love Fontaine, number 82. Oh, man, he's had a great preseason. And that's why on last week's episode 2, I said, I think Josh Gordon is out. Because all those wide receivers I just named have had great preseasons. And I think have been more productive than Josh. So I don't think he makes the team. Observation number 5. And I'm a big wrestling fan. As y'all can see, I'm rocking NWO, the New World Order, the Wolfpack, Too Sweet. But this is saying by the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, in order to be the man, you have to beat the man. And all these experts, I'm especially talking to you, Colin Cowherd. Sometimes I don't know what the hell you be on. Say no to drugs, because you must be high sometimes with some of the takes you be talking about. All these people are just trying to doom the Chiefs. Trying to doom them. All these media heads that probably ain't never strapped up a helmet or put pads on, all of a sudden got a lot of shit to say because Tyreek Hill is gone. But I'm going to tell you what I've seen this preseason from these Kansas City Chiefs, in order to be the man, you have to beat the man. And guess what? I see AFC West championship number 7 in a row coming at the end of this season. Call it biasy if you want to. I don't care. I'm just being honest. From what I've seen from the Chiefs, this whole preseason and training camp, there won't be no drop off like these experts keep saying. There's not going to be no, oh my gosh, their offense is just going to sputter and stutter and the defense is still going to be just below average. Is everything going to be perfect? Are the Chiefs going to go 17-0? No. I'm not saying that. Are they going to be the best team in the NFL? I'm not saying that. But I will tell you this. They will be one of those teams that contends for a Super Bowl. Don't be surprised if AFC Championship game number 5 in a row is in Kansas City, Missouri. Don't be surprised. Because all you talking heads, Cowherd, you dumb, want to keep picking the Chargers. How many times have all these experts picked the Chargers, and guess what they do? They lay an egg. All these talking heads like, oh, the Raiders, they gonna do it. Broncos got Russ. We trust in Russ. But guess what? There's a team in Kansas City, Missouri that has dominated the AFC West and is not showing any signs of decline. All them other teams in that strong AFC conference, they know what's up. In order to beat a man, you have to beat the man. Cincinnati got lucky last year. But all these other teams in the AFC are chasing Kansas City. Hate on it if you want to. But people hate the truth. And the truth is, the Chiefs are still the man in the AFC West. The Chiefs are still the man in the AFC. Bank on that. All right, now, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Tune in next time for another episode of Wildcard Chief. And in the meantime, see that link below? Like, share, subscribe. Go on over to IOW Sports YouTube page and type in IOW Sports Network. Go give us a like, share, follow. Spread the word what we got going on. And Chiefs fans, my Chiefs peoples, my Chiefs families, Chiefs will die! See y'all next time on another episode of Wild Card Chiefs.